Hello and welcome back to Cult Movie Club, where today we're going to go through some Blu-rays that I picked up in the month of March, which is pretty much done now, so I thought it's probably a good time to go through them. These are all mainly come from CeX and charity shops, so I've only really paid, the ones from charity shops I only paid £1 for. The ones in CeX are things that I've seen at a reasonable price. And there's some bits that I got online from Amazon, which I'll start with. So these are imports. Now, I've not bought any imports for a while, because what tends to happen is a boutique label normally announces them as soon as I've just bought them. So it's put me off buying them for quite a while. However, I did see some titles on Amazon Germany when I was having a look on Amazon that were just really cheap. I think for all three of these that I got online, I paid less than £12 and that included shipping, and I thought these are titles that are unlikely to see a release anytime soon, and at this price it's probably worth getting. So we're going to start with a film with Paul Walker in it, which I really enjoyed back in the day. I'm eager to watch again, which is Running Scared. I think this came out around 2006. I remember seeing it when it came out and I remember really liking it. I remember it being pretty violent. I remember it being a pretty good story. I remember Paul Walker being great in it. In this country, it's never had a Blu-ray release. Only available on DVD, so I was quite happy to have that. I'm looking forward to rewatching that. The next one is a Dolph Lundgren movie, which for some reason has not been available in the UK either. This is Skin Trade with Tony Jaa, which is a great film, great action film. Ron Perlman's in this also, along with Peter Weller. Yeah, this is a great action film. And the last one that I got, the film is good, but the transfer on this, watched it recently, is pretty bad, but it does come in a steel tin, which is part of the reason I bought it. In this country it was released as Flight of the Living Dead. In Germany it got released as Plain Dead, which I believe is the original title anyway. But it's also got a subtitle of Zombies on a Plane. It's basically Snakes on a Plane, but with zombies instead. It's quite entertaining. It's pretty low budget. I think this came out around 2006 as well. But yeah, it's a really good film. It's a proper cheesy horror film. But like I said, the transfer on this is pretty bad. It was really grainy. It looked like a DVD. So not really happy with the transfer on that. But it was watchable. It was quite fun to watch again. Nice presentation, but it doesn't really look like a Blu-ray, to be honest. Next, right, so these I've picked up from, these next few I think I picked up from CeX. I got another one out of Slash's Classic Collection, yeah, on 88 Films, which is Scarecrows, which was a film that I never saw back in the 80s, but I remember one of my best mates, his parents had it on VHS, and I asked to borrow it when I was like, I would have been about 11, 12 or something like that, and they just wouldn't let me borrow it at all, even though they was aware that I was allowed to watch horror films and all this stuff. They just won't let me borrow it. And I just really want to watch it more. I've never seen this cheap enough with it being a blind buy for me to warrant picking it up. But I did see it at a pretty reasonable price recently in CeX. So yeah, I got it and I watched it. It wasn't bad actually. Bit of a slow start, but it gets pretty grisly in places. It's quite interesting. Next is a film I've not seen that I've been eyeing up for a while, which is called Next of Kin from Second Sight Films. I think this is an Australian film, originally made in the late 70s, but I don't think it came out till 1982. Yeah, I've been looking at this for a while, and I've seen the trailer, and I've been wanting to watch it. Again, this came down to a pretty reasonable price, so I pulled the trigger. Yet to watch it though. This is another one, a film that came out in 2021, I want to say. Could be wrong now, it could have been 22. It doesn't clarify that in the box either, but it was one of them. A couple of years ago anyway. And I wanted to watch it. I've been wanting to watch it since. I saw this again at a pretty reasonable price. It's The Green Knight. So I'm looking forward to checking this out. Right, so these are now the charity shop ones. Now I paid £1 for all these. I've seen most of them, bar this one I think. So this is a film that I've been wanting to watch, but again, I've just not got around to it. It's Hacksaw Ridge, which is directed by Mel Gibson. I'm looking forward to watching this. However, this is one that I need to find time to watch by myself, because my wife will not want to watch this whatsoever. So looking forward to watching that, and for £1, it comes with a slipcase as well, so obviously I didn't leave that behind. Next is a film that I saw back in 2007 when it came out, but I've never seen since, and I saw it for £1 and thought, you know what, I want to rewatch that. and it's Lucky Number 11. This was actually also sealed. I've actually took the seal off since, just to check the disc was in it, but it was actually sealed. So it's pretty much a brand new copy for £1. I remember liking this back in the day. This also stars Bruce Willis and Ben Kingsley. So it's a pretty good cast. Josh Hartnett leads this one when he was a lot younger. So I'm looking forward to checking it out again. Another one here that I've seen before, but I did enjoy, but I wanted to watch again. It's not got a very good reputation, but for £1, it was Transcendence with Johnny Depp. Morgan Freeman's in this also. This was the film that Christopher Nolan's cinematographer made. It got pretty bad reviews at the time. I think I watched it around the time it came out and was a bit, it was alright, but I thought I'd watch it again because my opinion might change. Next is a film that I've not seen but very good things about. Again, it was £1, is The Visit, which is M. Night Shyamalan film, which apparently is decent. And it was made around the same time as Split, so I'm looking forward to checking it out. Don't know too much about it. Next is a film that I read up on, that when I read about it, I instantly wanted to watch. And then I saw it not long after in CeX, and I thought, well, that's a sign. So I picked it up. It's a film called Victoria. This was made about 6 or 7 years ago, and it's pretty much all one shot, apparently. Starts out as a bit of a love story and goes into a bit of a heist film, but it was all done in one take, so I'm looking forward to checking that out. Next, which I got around the same, I think I got it the same day actually, is Vortex, which is a Gaspar Noé film that stars Dario Argento, that got really good reviews when it came out. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of Gaspar Noé's work. Some of it's just Irreversible I did like, but it's not something I ever want to watch again. However, I've heard this is a changing, well, not really, is a change in style and a bit more subdued. It sounds really interesting. It's basically a film about, the effects of this couple who've got dementia. Well, his partner's got dementia. So that'll be interesting to watch. So I'm looking forward to checking that out. Right, these are all now Arrow titles. So next, we've got Rawhead Rex, which is a film I never saw back in the day. I've recently watched it by picking this up. It's Clive Barker. Well, it was written by Clive Barker. Apparently he wasn't very happy with it. The effects aren't great, but it did have some nice atmosphere. I did quite enjoy it. Another one for the collection. The other one I've picked up around the same time was Zombie for Sale. I've never seen this. I've heard it's quite good, and it came with a slipcase. So I'm interested in seeing this. I've watched a lot of Korean cinema recently, and I've been enjoying quite a lot. So I'm hoping this doesn't disappoint. And the last one before we go on to the big one this month is Daniel Isn't Real, which I thought was great. I absolutely love this film. This is basically a horror remake of Drop Dead Fred. But it's done really well. I really like the practical effects in this. I thought it had a really good story. Really liked the soundtrack. It was just good overall on all levels. Highly recommend this. Came out about 2 years ago, I think, 2-3 years ago. Highly recommended. Check that out if it's on streaming or anything like that. Definitely worth a watch. Right, and this is something that I bought not long after it came out, which it would have been about 2012, 2013. And I had it for a while. I got it cheap and I had it for a while, but then I had to sell it because I needed some money around that time and it was worth quite a bit. Regretted that decision over the years, and then I've struggled to pick one up since. I did see one a week back that I just had to pull the trigger on because it was at a price that I'd not seen that low for a while. So I just jumped on it, and it is the James Bond 50th anniversary Blu-ray collection. So really happy to have this back in my collection because it frustrated me that I had Skyfall and Spectre, but none of the other Bond films at all. Not everything in this set is for me, but I am going to go through and watch all these at some point when time allows, which I'm quite looking forward to doing. So it's basically all the films encased in booklets. These are the first ones, so you've got the discs in there. This is the Connery era, going on to the Roger Moore era. It's all really nice. And then carrying on with Roger Moore into Dalton. And then we've got Pierce Brosnan. And then obviously finishing off with Daniel Craig. So that I'm really happy with that set. I'm really happy to finally have it back, and I'm really looking forward to going back to those films. That is everything that I picked up in March. Against quite a bit, but like I said, a lot of those, one, two, three, four of those I got for £1 each, it's £4. And then it's just stuff that I've seen in CeX over the time. It's not stuff that I've just bought all at once. The Bond being the biggest extravagance this month. I expect I'll have to kind of tone it down next month, so maybe no video next month. We'll see how we go. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again soon.